Alright, so My Hero World's Mission dropped. A lot of you probably have seen this video because you saw my short earlier on YouTube, but let's go a little bit more in depth with this video. World's Mission. Do I like it more or less than the previous My Hero movie? I think the fights in the previous My Hero movie, Two Heroes I believe it's called, were better. And I believe the fights mainly in between, like the big final fight at the end, were better. And that's what made the video, or the movie, pace better in Two Heroes as opposed to World's Mission. Is World's Mission a bad movie? No, not necessarily. But is it better than the other one? I don't think so. I don't think I'd put it better. I maybe would put it equal or like slightly below it. But let's talk. So, Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki, and Rody Soul, our new little guy coming in. That's pretty much your four main characters this movie. And it pretty much starts off with, there's a terrorist organization that's trying to wipe away quirks forever. Like, be gone. No more quirks. It's just normal people again. Pretty cool concept, actually, as opposed to just making some guy who's super overpowered and wants to destroy the world. I like the idea. But, so they're trying to wipe out all the quirks, and all the heroes are scattered around the globe. Egypt, Indonesia, everywhere, trying to stop and find these bombs to eradicate like them from wiping out quirks completely. So that takes place, but during this, Deku's team is on a mission, but Deku gets framed for a crime he did not commit. Gets accused of like 8 cases of murder. And then he's on the run with Rody Soul, and they're trying to get out and survive pretty much without getting captured, without getting found. And I mean, Deku doesn't hurt people, he doesn't want to end up hurting people to try to free his name. So they're on the run for a bit. And part of the time is interesting. You get this cool lady who's an archer. When she hunts them, chases it down. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But when you get to a part, there's a part where they steal the van. And then there's like music playing and it shows them driving. And so it gets kind of slow. And I was thinking that. I was like, I hope this scene isn't too long because it's getting pretty boring. Like, we haven't seen a fight. We haven't seen action in a minute. And I get it. I get why they're doing it. Like, it's like, Ty, they're doing this because they want to like show the relationship and the mending between Rody and Deku and all that stuff. I get that, but do it with more action. I don't know. It was kind of boring. Maybe it's a small gripe for me because I was talking to someone else about it actually so my podcast this weekend we'll be talking about it as well. Party Chat. You can literally find that anywhere you listen to podcasts, like Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcast, Radio Network. It doesn't matter. It's on there. And I want you guys to comment down below because I want to know if I'm the only one who's singing this. But I thought part of that time when they're showing their bonding was kind of slow. Now when the Archer Lady came in, it was interesting. And pretty much towards the middle of the movie, we see Deku and Bakugo. We see Todoroki and Bakugo kind of catch up to Deku and Rody and kind of lend a helping hand. And that fight was pretty cool where Rody, he's like falling off a cliff and Todoroki swoops in and saves him. And then Bakugo's up in the sky doing his Bakugo stuff, pretty much. It's the easiest way to describe it. And then they pretty much take down the helicopter, and now we got the cast of 4 back together. And their main job now is, alright, we got a time limit. And if we don't reach this time limit, like, the bombs are going off. So we have T-minus 2 hours to get to the headquarters and stop the bad guys and stop the bombs. And thus is when the movie picks up, and it's pretty good then. They fly a plane, they go all the way over there, and then the heroes get separated for like their own separate fights. And Todoroki got done dirty. I'm just going to say it. He is just as interesting, if not more interesting, than Bakugo and Deku. There's no reason his fight should be cut shorter than any of them. He is just as good of a hero, his abilities are just as cool, and his backstory is just as cool. We probably know more about him than Bakugo's backstory. I don't know why his fight got done dirty. Let me know in the comments if you saw this movie, if you think I'm tripping, or if you think that's correct or not, because we're going to be discussing this as well on the podcast, so you're probably going to want to join in. And some of your comments I'm going to throw in the podcast as well, so make sure to comment them, and then I'll know, like, oh, this guy wants to be, like, we'll try and answer your specific questions in the podcast for you. But you see him go up against this guy, and you're like, alright, this is going to be a pretty good fight. And it cuts back to Bakugo's, which is fine. Bakugo's fight was great. Honestly, I think his was better than Deku's, in my opinion. His was really good, getting pushed to his limits. Everything we'd love to see in an anime, just all over. So I really enjoyed Bakugo's fight. Deku's fight was pretty good as well. And then Todoroki, they like showed 30 seconds of him about to get in this fight. Then he's cut, and it switches between like Deku's and Bakugo's and Deku's, and then the World Heroes and Bakugo's, then Todoroki again for like 30 more seconds, and you're just like, dude, I wanted to see Todoroki's fight. I wanted to see him pop off. I wanted to see him go crazy. He's one of the top 4 in this movie. Like, let me see more screen time of him doing insane stuff. He shouldn't be getting sidelined, in my opinion. Again, let me know down below if I'm crazy for that, but he shouldn't be. Deku's fight was pretty good. He was going against pretty much the guy he was going against is, 7 Deadly Sins, full counter. Like, where he can repel someone's attacks. That's pretty much what this guy was doing. He was repelling all of Deku's attacks back at him. So him and Rhodey tried to shut off the bombs and all that stuff, and they ended up fighting. It was a pretty good fight. Bakugo's fight was phenomenal. I already said that. I loved his fight. I want more of these fights and intense fights in the show. Like, more of them getting pushed to their limits and, like, getting beat up and cut up. Not just fighting, like, some dumb random villains. So I hope they transfer some of that into the show. And then there's no end credit or anything. Most of these movies don't usually have them. We stay till the end just to make sure, but nothing really crazy. But if I had to give this movie a rating, like on a scale 1 to 10 to make it easy for you, maybe like a 6.5. That's not bad, and I definitely love anime movies in theaters because I like supporting them. I'm curious if you guys would just prefer them to go straight to Funimation, or do you like having the choice to support them in theaters? Like the previous My Hero, then we had Demon Slayer as well, and then we had this My Hero movie. Like, I don't mind going to support them, and it was what I expected from a My Hero movie, honestly. It didn't really disappoint too much other than that one lull time. That was kind of like, all right, we gotta pick back up. We gotta get some action going again. But My Hero World's Mission was overall a decent movie. I enjoyed it. I want to know in the comments, did you guys like it? And did you like it more than the previous My Hero movie? And like, what's your favorite anime movie like that you've seen in theaters? Because this one was pretty good. Demon Slayer was pretty good. It had some slow parts as well. I talked about that on my review, but the ending fight was really good. And then the other My Hero movie was really good. I'm just curious, like, what's your guys' favorite anime movie? In theaters or not in theaters, it doesn't matter, because I want to know where this one stands on people's ratings of anime movies. But that's like my final verdict. That's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. Definitely subscribe. We're trying to reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year. We got like a month left. So definitely hit that sub button. And we got a whole lot more content coming for you. Apex, we've been streaming consistently. All this stuff. So follow for more. Love you guys.